for Tyler Dark, too, that handsome son of a bitch. Keep it going for him, too. How we doing, folks? How we doing? How are you? Good? Good. How are you? Good? We good? You good? Good. Excellent. Welcome. Welcome. So, welcome. And before I begin, also, I just want to bring this up. Just a quick note, folks. You've got an angel in the house tonight. An absolute angel. Her name is Miss JoJo. She's the one bringing you your drinks in the accommodation. Give her a quick hand. Absolutely. Tip her kindly. Do your thing, folks. Treat her like family. She is family to us. Folks, how we doing? How many of us are we here on vacation? Y'all here on vacation from out of town?
Yes.
It's all right. Happy to be here. Good. That's good. Where are you folks from?
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania? Wait, what county?
Schuylkill County.
Schuylkill County. I don't know where the shit that is. No, is that by the Schuylkill River that's spelled like SCHCUYK94, whatever that's like the weird, yeah, I passed it before. I passed it and I've been like, thank God that's not my destination. Thank you. Thank you folks for coming all the way from Schuylkill County, the Schuylkill River, all the way to Ocean City. I did grow up right here in Ocean City. This is my hometown, which baffles a lot of people. It baffles people. They don't think that people grow up here. They're like, I've had people literally ask me, did you go to school when you were a kid? Do you guys go to school? And I was just like, no. We don't go to school. Every morning I just pour natural light over a bowl of kettle corn and go surfing with my dolphin Percival. That's what we do. It's an adoption program we have for the children. We adopt a dolphin. No school though. No civilization, as you know. Not how we do things. You guys like that too much. You guys are awesome. Yeah, Natty liked it. Yeah, Natty. That's the champagne of the Eastern Shore. That's what they call it because we're trash. We're trash people. We can't afford champagne. There you go. Good to be here. Good, but no, like I said, I grew up right here on the Eastern Shore in Ocean City, and I never fit the Ocean City archetype before. Like Ken was talking about, going for a walk on the boardwalk to feel better about yourself. That's it. You're looking at tourists when you do that. You're not looking at people from here. They're not. The people from here, a lot of the dudes from here are sexy, man. They got the six-pack. They're surfers, They got the tan, that little splash of blonde in their hair where they spent a lot of time in the water and then the sun. And it's like they're just sexy, and I've never fit that archetype in my life. I've always been like really awkward, really like kind of shy around people, and I was really chubby as a kid too. I was a very chubby boy. I remember I used to tell people that I was allergic. You just laughed at me being chubby. That's just, so he just got a visual of me 50 pounds heavier. Was like, fat. He's fat. Like, that was my entire childhood. Thanks. But anyway, that was me growing up, fat kid. And I remember I told kids I was allergic to sunscreen. I told everyone I was allergic to it, even though I wasn't. I just didn't like being a greased up fat kid as opposed to a regular one when I went to the beach. It's worse. You get more laughs. It is much worse. If you don't think you're getting the laughs you think you deserve out of your chubby child, bring him to the beach, lather in SPF 40. Guarantee you'll get at least a few giggles. I know from experience. Yeah, grew up in Ocean City. Grew up in a lot of arcades around here. A lot of arcades. Well, my personal favorite arcade of all is Chuck E. Cheese's. That's the best one of all. I mean, we've been to Chuck E. Cheese's? Yeah, wow, we don't feel the same way about it that I do. We're like, yeah, we've been there. Thank God they have alcohol now. We fucking hate that place. But, no, I love Chuck E. Cheese's, man. Chuck E. Cheese, that's where I love that place as a kid. Like, they got the games, they got the pizza, they got the very inebriated-looking animatronic mouse and his friends. You bring the kids, you have fun, you eat the, you do the, and the tickets. That's what I love most. That's the first time I felt rich as a kid, I've got like 250 tickets, I've got 500 tickets, and then you go to that prize counter. And that's the first time you feel poor, dirt poor. That's your first lesson in American capitalism, folks. That's where you learn how far the American dollar goes. I've got 1,000 tickets, what can I get? That'll get you half a hacky sack. That's what that'll get you. You want a super soaker water gun? That'll be 15,000 tickets. You sniveling bitch. Now stop crying. There's a Chinese finger trap for the road. It's awful, man. Hit you with the Chinese finger trap. It's not even made in China. But it's crazy, man. It was a wild experience growing up here. I grew up on my father, too. My father noticed that I was, like, struggling with my weight and, like, social anxiety and stuff. And he said what any other caring and responsible father said. He said, I am going to sign my son up for youth football. Let's get the boy on the football field. He's got some extra meat on his bones. Let's teach him toughness that way. That'll be a good idea. It was awful. It was absolutely awful because, folks, when they sign you up for youth football, they don't put you in teams based on your age, okay? They put you in teams based on your weight class. And if you are heavy enough, you can make varsity. I learned that at 8 years old, trudging onto the field miserably, just sweating onto a field of angry teenagers. They were teenagers about to play America's most violent sport. They're like sneaking cigarettes behind the bleachers. And I'm out here humming the theme to That's So Raven, like, it's the future I can see. Maybe like just dreaming about the KFC I was promised after every practice. That's the only reason I showed up to my football practices, folks. And they don't make cups for 8-year-old boys, okay? They do, but they don't. Okay, there's way too much space around there for your 8-year-old little ding-a-ling. There's way too much of an echo chamber down there. If you had mic'd my crotch, it would have sounded like a racquetball court. Like, you know, chill out, you're playing racquetball, you're 60, calm down. Got really into that analogy. Anyway, got any couples in the audience? Reluctantly. Very reluctant couples. Yes, we're together, but we're not happy. We're not thrilled to be together. We have any just you can raise your hand like I'm your intimidating teacher. It's okay. You don't have to talk to me. I know I'm a psychopath. It's fine. It's fine. You guys, y'all a couple?
Yeah.
How long you been together?
A little over a year.
A little over a year?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's good. Give it up for a little over a year. There you go. That's not bad. Not quite farting on each other yet, but you'll get there. You're almost to the part, you'll fart on each. That's when you know you're in love. I've been with my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend, by the way, a human woman. I did it. Your boy did it. Locked one in. I've had a human woman girlfriend we've been together for a little over 2 years. We're farting on each other. It's going good. But we lived together for like a little over a year, and so we haven't spoken in about 6 months. And neither of us could be happier. We are so thrilled at the state of our relationship. We just sit on the couch and scroll through Instagram and not give a shit what's happening on the other side of the couch. You know what I mean? It's awesome. We're millennials, people. We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that conversational nonsense. And sometimes it's the older generation. It's always the older generation that likes to give us grief and say things like, oh, well, it's just so sad to see these young people in their phones. There's nothing more sad than seeing two young people sitting across from each other and scrolling on their phones. Just shut. She especially is smarter for doing that. There's nothing she can learn from me that she can't get on Google. I promise. I absolutely promise. And she shouldn't have to look at this face any more than she already does, okay? She's the only person who has to see this face during sexual intercourse, which... Okay? Oh, I don't know if you guys got the visual. Hang on. Oh, I can't forget you.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time. Yeah, just for you. Especially, it's like we're having sex right now. That's what it would be like. You're very welcome. Most people have to pay for that experience. But no, that's it. She shouldn't have to look at that, and neither should you, any more than she already does. She's been through a lot. But when you have a girlfriend, you get, I'm sure you guys can relate to me on this, and I'm sure girls have the same thing with their boyfriends. I'm sure it's, across the board. But when you're with a significant other, you got to meet their best friends and stuff. You have to meet their friends and become friends with them. And there is something about your girlfriend's friends, folks. I don't know what it is. They just always suck. They always suck. They're awful. They treat you terribly for no real good reason. There's no really good reason for the way that they treat you. They're just like, oh, well, this is my best friend, and you are not gonna hurt her. Instead, I'm gonna hurt you. Over and over again. It's awful. Every time you meet your girlfriend's best friend, it's like that moment in an episode of Pawn Stars when Rick says, this looks okay, but I'm just gonna get my buddy over here. He's a bit of an expert on these things. And in walks some dick with a fedora and a George R.R. Martin beard. Works over at the Museum of Who Gives a Shit. He's here to tell you that your priceless antique is a worthless piece of garbage. You should have thrown him in the trash, Chloe. That's what you should have done. Got a couple Pawn Stars fans in here. That's good. We are trash. That's the Schuylkill County for you. The Schuylkill County Pawn Stars fan club showed up to the comedy show. I love you guys. If I just make you laugh, that's fine. Fuck the rest of it. I'm kidding. You're all wonderful. I love you all. I really do. I do. I love you like my mother loves me. Any mothers here? Any mothers in the audience? Wow, listen to that energy they can get out of them. Listen to that energy. Mothers can just get out of them. That's because they've been drained, folks. Mothers put everything into being a mother. I have the best mother in the world. I love my mother so much. She's such a sweet and angelic woman. She did so much, just to raise my zany, questionably gay ass to become what I am now. She did so much. And I love my mother so much, but she's really because she's so sweet, she can be naive sometimes, So it's easy to play tricks on her. And so my brother and I have done that relentlessly as long as we've been alive. I remember recently we were driving to Philadelphia, and there's 2 tolls between Ocean City and Philadelphia. And when I arrived at the first toll, it's just, I'm in the front seat, my mom's driving. I just say to my mom, hey mom, tell the toll person that you love them, and then drive away. And she's like, what? And I'm like, just say I love you and then drive away. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, that's weird. And then she hands the toll person the $1 and she keeps driving. And we arrive at the second toll eventually. And I say, hey mom, are you going to tell the toll person that you love them? And she's like, no, why would I do that? I'm like, because it's funny, just say I love you and drive away. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, just want to. So she hands the toll person the $1 again, and starts rolling up her window. And just as the window's almost all the way up, she goes, I love you, and then drives away. And it was perfect, I got her to do it, and I was like, yes, mom, you did it! And she was like, no, what if I get in trouble? Like, get in trouble? What are they gonna do? Stop that car! You don't love me! Nobody loves me! That's not how it works. Can't get in trouble for that nonsense. Oh gosh, you folks are fun. Folks are a lot of fun. I've had like I said, I grew up right here in Ocean City, and growing up in Ocean City, anyone who grows up around here works in the restaurants and stuff along the strip. You end up working in a kitchen at some point. And we get a lot of our workforce from J1, the J1 student visa. A lot of them come from Dominican Republic, Ecuador, a lot of Spanish-speaking countries, Central America, and I love these guys. They're so cool to work with and so cool to be around. And I took a couple years of Spanish in high school too. So I wanted and I was a kind of a cultured Spanish, I wanted to be a cultured Spanish speaker. I'm one of those guys who when I go to a Mexican restaurant and I order the thing with the Mexican dialect, but I just talk regular otherwise, oh, are your tortillas house-made? Do you have a house-made tortillas? Or do they come from a bag? How well done do you think your quesadillas are? Do you have well done quesadillas? Can you do that for me? Can you make my quesadilla well done? Just to show how cultured I am. But I worked with these guys and they were really cool. And I wanted them to teach me dirty words in Spanish, That's what we all want to learn. We want to learn the dirty words in Spanish. So I approached some of them at work one day. I said, hey guys, you think you could teach me some dirty words in Spanish? And they said, all right, Tyler, we got 3 words, special dirty words just for you. And those words were maricon, marica, and culero. And folks, all 3 of those words mean faggot. Every single one. All 3. Also learned that day, the Spanish word for homophobia is tradition. Now, went over a few heads, that's okay. It's highbrow comedy, folks. But they also were nice enough to give me a nickname that day too. They gave me the nickname Senora Maricon. And some of us have already figured out that translates quite literally to Mrs. Faggot. Okay? Now, devastating. A devastating blow, because as you can probably tell by this point in my performance, I've been called a faggot before, okay? I can get past that. I went to high school. I've written that word on job applications and had to cross it out, well, my name's Tyler, what are you doing? But Mrs. Faggot really hit me here, folks, because that implies that I am married to Mr. Faggot. Okay? I am his wife. Can you imagine that Christmas card? Feliz Navidad from Mr. and Mrs. Faggot. It's my little baby faggot. Good gosh. So yeah. Build a wall. That's what he said. That's the punchline of that joke. It's just to turn it into a shitty racist thing. Great job, Tyler. Oh, God. So, So we drinking tonight, we drinking alcohol, we got the drinks flowing, we having fun, we got the drink. Yeah, no, you're gonna have to. You're gonna have to. It's only gonna get worse. I'm glad to see we're having fun. Got the drinks flowing. Folks, I'm sorry I can't join you. I do not drink anymore. I used to drink. I do not drink any longer. Growing up in this town, you dive headfirst into the world of alcohol. And as soon as I turned 21, that's exactly what I did. I hit the strip, I got wasted, folks. I got too drunk. Got too drunk too quickly, too often. I was way in over my head. I got so bad after a while that I had the alphabet backwards memorized, just in case. Literally, just in case I got pulled over, I could be like, officer, before you say anything at all, ZYXWVUTSRQPONNLKJIHGFEDCB ain't that a bitch. Just step out of the car, well, you win today. That field test was a bitch. It was bad, folks. Had to get off the sauce. Had to make what I call the herbal transition. I now just smoke pot. That's what I do. Like smoking weed. You guys like smoking weed? Oh yeah, no, I got the license for it too and everything. I'm all legal. I'm all good to go. Nobody can stop me. I just ride around. My weed's in the front seat of my car. It's got its seatbelt on. I don't give a shit. No one can stop me. No discretion at all. I don't need it, folks. But I used to work in an office, and being like a pothead in an office is really you're out of place. You feel out of place a lot. I remember I was watching this guy give a presentation at my office. And this guy, epitome of a businessman. He's got a tie, he's got a suit, he's very business. Just everyone at the office just has a stick up their ass. They're just like, oh, I've got my suit, got my tie, and here's my Nimbus 2000. All right, get that up there, we're ready for the day. It was so lame. It was so lame working there. But I was just like, he was giving a presentation, he was talking about customer service, and he was saying all right, folks, when we think about customer service, we need to think of it like having guests in our home, right? And when we have guests in our home, what do? Do we break out the fine china? Or perhaps after dinner we'll have a snifter of brandy or two? Karen, you're too much! Just that business dick laugh, you know what I mean? I don't know what the hell he's talking about, dude. I don't know what a snifter is. I have no clue. Here's my MO, okay? If I'm sitting on my couch at my house, and my dick isn't hanging out of the little hole in the front of my pajama pants that I'm definitely wearing, I'm ready for company. That's it. It's as far as I go in terms of guest preparation. And if I am exposed down here, I'll just grab a blanket or a towel, whatever's closer. Doesn't matter, don't care. Too stoned to care. But yeah. But no, I don't like, this might ruffle a few feathers, but I'm not a huge fan of smoking pot with old people. Old people is anybody older than me, basically. I've just had too many experiences with the old heads smoking pot, where I go over to my friend's house and he says something like, hey man, tonight's a special night. Tonight, we're gonna get high with Brandon's dad. Dude, Brandon's dad is gonna hit the bong with us, and 15 minutes later, we're like, we need to get the fuck away from Brandon's dad! He won't shut up, he keeps telling these Woodstock stories, dude, he won't stop! Just every, old stoner I've ever met is just like, yeah, you kids don't, I'd sweep you under the rug with my pot smoking, I'd smoke more pot than you. Every one of them has a southern accent for some reason. I have no idea. I've been smoking weed in Portland, Maine, where I grew up my whole life, but I still sound like this. That's who I am. They always talking shit. It's annoying. And every time, they can't handle my shit. They talk a big game, but they can't handle my medical shit, okay? I go to a dispensary, it's dusty, fluffy nugs, baby. They take one hit of my shit and they're like, hey, you kids can't smoke nothing. Hang on one second. It's like they're trying to treat bronchitis with cigarettes and chocolate milk. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. And I don't let them bring their weed into my house. They bring over that little shitty brick weed, they break it open, seeds fly out like ball bearings from a suicide vest. It's awful. You can take out a whole embassy with just one of those little nuggets. Moving right along. Got a little worked up over there. I'm very passionate about marijuana. I have high priorities. Anyway, Yeah, see, he got it. High priorities. I didn't want to explain it. I thought it's just, we have a smart... Who likes hip-hop? Who likes hip-hop music? Good, I'm going to do a joke about it. I'm going to do a joke about hip-hop music. Bet you didn't think this vanilla bitch was going to talk about rap music, but guess what? Surprise! But no, we know the song, you know, there's a song we all know, Just a Friend by Biz Markie. We all know that song? No. You know that song? You got what I need, and you say he's just a friend. You know that song? Yes, of course, we all know that song. But there's a part in that song, okay, that has always confused me. It's the part when Biz Markie goes, "'Cause I've got friends, and that's a fact, like Agnes, Agatha, Jermaine, and Jack." All right? Anyone else hear that? Where the hell did Biz Markie, the rapper, meet Agnes and Agatha? Okay? What hospice center is this hip-hop artist hanging out in? And his 4 best friends are Jack, Jermaine, and 2 90-year-old women named Agnes and Agatha. That has always confused me. Gracious, right? But, you know, so let's switch gears a little bit. How about musical theater? We like musical theater? Right? No, even less than rap. In case you couldn't tell by, well, every damn thing about me, I've loved musical theater for a long time, folks. Always been a fan since childhood. Always got me a lot of friends. Love musical theater. Love the musical Grease. You know the musical Grease? We know Grease, right? Tell me more, did your finger her butt? Well, that's the, if you ever, get a chance, watch the director's cut of Grease. Get it. A lot of Easter eggs, if you will. But no, there's that, the beautiful song in Grease, that wonderful song, Summer Night. It's the most popular song in the musical, arguably. And John Travolta's got that moment at the end of Summer Nights where he hits that beautiful high note. He goes, "Though summer nights." He goes way up there, man. He goes way on up there. Every time I hear that part of that song, I think, John Travolta, what is happening to your balls? John Travolta, what's happening? I feel like there's got to be some sort of assistance there to make It's as if a couple of testicular nymphs just landed on each of his balls and spun them around like tire swings. They got tire swings in Schuylkill County, I know that shit. Oh gosh, you folks are fun. You folks are a lot of fun. You know what I think is really corny? I want to talk to you a bit about advertising and stuff. I think advertising kind of gets ahead of itself with just how much it panders to us, especially car commercials. You know how every single car commercial is just the same damn formula. Any car commercial you see, it's the same thing every single time. It's like they're not even trying. And I want to show you folks just how easy it is to write a car commercial. I'm going to write one right now. What kind of car do you drive?
Ford Explorer.
A Ford Explorer. Alrighty then. Let's do it. We got the, I'm going to give you the new commercial for the brand new 2019 Ford Explorer. Ready? Are you laughing a little too hard at these jokes? Are you a little over-supportive in your adventure for comedy? Well, after the comedy show tonight, make sure you drive home in a new 2019 Ford Explorer. Your girlfriend will thank you, the audience will thank you, and everyone's going to be having a real good time, baby. 0%, 0.9% APR for a limited time only. See? Anyone drive a truck? Champ does? I love how you just said that like I know him. Like, oh, Champ drives a truck. Hey, Champ, tell him about your truck. Damn, all right, Champ, what kind of truck you drive, buddy? A Ford F-150, she a Hemi? Yeah, she's a Hemi. That's my man, Champ. Not Champ gonna drive around anything but a Hemi. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Schuylkill Champ. All right. We got Ford F-150. We got the new commercial for the brand new 2019 Ford F-150. Here we go. Well, you done had a long night. You had a few too many Miller Lights and laughed a little too hard. The people in the club might have been a little annoyed with you, but that questionably homosexual young man, he loved you. He loved the heck out of you. So when you're driving your brand new 2019 Ford F-150, you always remember, son, you got a Hemi, and you're the champ. Now for a limited time only in Scooby Town. That easy. I didn't plan that. It's that easy, folks. And I unfortunately have to get out of here in just a minute. And yeah, no, we've had fun. Some of us have had fun, but others have tolerated me, and for that I appreciate you. You're all wonderful. Give yourselves a quick round of applause. I really do. You guys are an awesome audience. I don't always get to do the whole feature set thing, so I really do. You know, you guys are really cool. But before I get going, I want to just make a quick point. We live in a really politically charged time. You know, we live in this time when there's a lot of intense dialogues happening. Excuse me, I gotta get my water, I gotta wet my whistle. And we got a lot of intense dialogues happening. People are really passionate, and I think you get a clue on why certain sides win when you listen to those dialogues. Turn on conservative news and listen to just the anger, just that kind of shit. You see some passion there, man. That's some passion. Turn on conservative news radio in the car tonight, and you'll hear something along the lines of this. Do you know what these Democrats are trying to do? They're trying to use satanic voodoo to raise your taxes so that illegal aliens and gay drug lords can cross over the border in their smart cars. They're going to drive them through your living room. They're going to smack your wife with their food stamps, and they're going to steal all your stove softeners. This isn't the America I grew up in, people. We need to wake up. It's holy shit. If any of that is true, I am appalled. But if none of it's true, I'm still interested. This guy's passionate. He means what he says. This guy means what he says, and then you flip it over to NPR. Oh my God, you've never heard anything so damn boring in your life. The only people who listen to NPR are people who want to tell you that they listen to NPR. That's how it works. This is what you hear on NPR. You flip it from that zealous, that passion, and then you flip it to NPR, and it's we are going to spend 7 hours today discussing how the eating habits of some very picky beavers have disrupted the ecology of a South Nicaraguan river basin. And don't forget to donate your car to save the bees. Buzz, 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 buzz. Shut up! Shut up! You're boring! I don't want to hear that. Get some passion. Talk some shit, Do something exciting. Do a backflip, asshole. Stop being condescending. And the thing is, if I listened to that, if I actually sat through that and listened to it, I might be smarter at the end. I might learn something. I might even save the bees. But folks, I'll never get that far because it's too damn boring. And my only point in saying any of this is if you got something you want to say, if you got something you mean, you got something you're passionate about, bang your damn drum, folks. Say it loud and proud. Don't hold back. Just yell it. Talk your shit, people. Just once I want to hear Anderson Cooper go, I think he's an asshole. I think he's a piece of shit. And that's what I think. Just let the revolution begin. Folks, you guys are awesome. My name's Tyler Duck, and you've been so much fun. Thank you for letting me hang out.
Folks, keep it going for Tyler. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Something very special. Now that was the first time Tyler has, at least here at this club, officially featured between a host and a headliner. He's 25 years old. People at his age aren't doing that. People at his age aren't doing 30 minutes of comedy like that. Folks, give him another round of applause. You are going to be hearing more of Tyler in the future. That is amazing. And he came up here and ran over his time, but I taught him well as a host. We always hosts are time whores, so and just amazing the performance he gave tonight. And you guys will be able to say it when he's a big star. You'll be able to say you not only saw your headliner tonight, but you'll be able to say you saw Tyler when he was starting out.